So thank you all for joining, whoever's there. Today we have a special guest. It wasn't planned, but Jeff couldn't be here. He's actually at another office with some clients, so we had to improvise. Today, the reason why we're doing it early, usually, as you know, we're live at 4 o'clock. I have something to do in Quebec City. So Mike Francois, who is our business development manager, has accepted the invitation last second.
Yes, I did.
It's great of you. I'm happy you said yes.
I'm happy to be here.
Mike and I have known each other for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
No, more than that. What am I saying?
Yeah, since
45.
Yeah.
I still think I'm younger than I am. No, we went to high school together.
We went to high school together, yeah.
We went to Collège Bourget.
Yes.
We, boarding school. I don't know if it's still a boarding school.
It's still a school. Whether it's boarding or not, it's still a private
But that
school.
was hard, the boarding thing. Come on.
It was a little challenging, but I think it installed some kind of discipline in some sense.
Discipline?
You know? It did, in some sense.
Remember the things we did. So, Thank you. So today's topic, I don't know if I would have written it the same way, but it's fine. We have an equation. I have an equation that I live by for my business, for my life.
Right.
It's urgency plus massive action plus frequency. So under the equals growth. Under frequency, we have a subcategory here, a topic that falls under frequency. It's called, you wrote, but I don't. The priority in real estate is frequency. The priority in anything is frequency, because you can't get good at anything without frequency.
Exactly.
You can't make sure that your message or what you're trying to convey has been understood without frequency. Everything is frequency based, repetition. So what does it mean in real estate? Or what could it mean in real estate?
It means that you need to remain relevant. And to be relevant, people have to see you continuously. It doesn't matter if you're dating a girl. It doesn't matter if you want to be visible as a restaurant. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to have to be frequent in order for people to actually be interested in what it is that you have to offer as services.
How many times do you have to repeat something in order for someone to really make sure that they understand it? I heard and I read a book about, I think it was one of the top CEOs' biography. And as you know, I like to read and I love biographies. But this specific individual, I forget who it is, but it doesn't matter. I just remember the message. He was saying, when you're sick of hearing yourself saying what you're saying, then you know that it's starting to actually grab or people are starting to understand. So imagine if you're the brand, if you're a business, if you're a real estate broker, and you're actually trying to get to be known, you have to be sick and tired of hearing yourself repeat the same thing. And just as a quick example, we do these videos every day.
Yeah.
We repeat the same thing slightly differently every day. The message, the equation, the formula for growth is discussed every day, yet it's still not fully understood. How much time, Mike, have we spent together discussing business-related issues that we're trying to solve? We have 2 meetings a day on sales. Actually, 3, excuse me.
Yeah.
We meet 8:30 to 9. Then we have another part of the team that joins at 9 to 9:30. Those that are a bit more lazy. Then we have 3:15 to 4 o'clock. We're talking about the same things every day.
Exactly.
Yet it's still not always fully understood. Am I right?
Unfortunately, because people understand things differently, and sometimes even within a unit, it might not always be in sync all the time. So it's important to be repetitive from one to the other so that we can get things done within a timely manner. If you don't do that, then you don't end up getting the results you're looking for.
I get tired and sick of hearing myself repeat the same thing all the time. But I know for a fact that it's important, because I know that it's not fully understood until that point, and I have to keep on going when I reach that point of, it seems like I've been saying this repeatedly. So how do we apply? How else could we apply it? How does it apply to real estate brokers? Does it apply in their marketing?
Absolutely. Your marketing, how do you remain valid? How do you remain relevant?
But give an example.
Example, you can be on a banner. Example, you could be on top of a bridge. You can be sending people mailings, things of that sort. The frequency and the repetitiveness that you're going to be doing that is what's going to make people make you visible, what you're going to be seen.
So are you saying, Mike, sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I do that all the time, so people know.
No problem.
Because I get excited. I get passionate. if I put a billboard on the highway,
Right.
what's the frequency? The frequency would be what?
The amount of cars that see you within that period of time.
I would say I agree, but I disagree politely.
Okay.
It's the not having it there just 1 month or 3 months.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
having it there for 10 damn years. 10 years. No, but
Which is going to cost you a lot.
it's going to cost you a lot.
Yeah.
And is it the best choice of media? I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
Probably not.
No, for the money, you can go into social media ads formats and reach campaigns. For those that don't know what they are, it's like sending virtual ad mail. If you do, did you know this? A virtual ad mail, like a card, like a 5x7 card, is about 10, 11 cents per delivery, right?
Right.
Plus the cost of the card, which is in the 50 cents, 53 cents, depending on the quality. I'm just rounding numbers up. So you're close to $1,
Right.
all in all, per card.
Right.
A bit less. I'm spitting. I get excited. I start spitting. I have an issue with saliva. Okay. Imagine on Facebook, $1 a day gets you a visibility or a reach, impressions, as Stephen will call it. The specialist would say. An impression is like one card. You can get 250 cards virtual on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn for $1 a day to 1,000.
Right.
If it was cash, ad mail, traditional in the mail, it'd be $1 each. You're at $250 to $1,000 per day to get the same reach.
Right. Right.
Where do people spend most of their time? 4.5 hours on social media per day. So if you're bombarding social media with, let's say, sponsored at $1 each for a reach campaign,
You're definitely getting results.
come on.
Yeah.
So imagine if you got $5,000 and you're saying, I'm going to put it on the billboard because the billboard, I can see it, I can touch it, and everybody's going to see it. No, they're not going to see it. You're going to get way more visibility. 5,000 at a ratio, I can't do the math, but if it's 0.004 cents per impression on social media. Do you understand what I'm saying? How many views is that?
How many views is that? It's a lot of views.
It's a ton of views. Okay, we have a question, and this is the time to ask the question because no one talks about this. I can guarantee you if you go see your agency director, trainer, coach, whatever the hell, they're not going to talk about any of this. They're going to tell you make more cold call, do more door knocking. The traditional put the billboard. We have a billboard. There's an agency that has a billboard and then brokers paid it. Come on, get with the times, 2022. Stephen.
So Suzanne is saying she lives in an area where brokers are constantly sending postcards.
Yes.
The frequency is mind-boggling. How do you say?
Is it? Is it? So Suzanne is saying she lives in an area where there's a lot of ad mail being sent, and there's a lot of frequency. But frequency doesn't mean there's a lot. As the recipient, I get a lot of different cards. It means I see the same person every week. That's frequency.
Yeah.
And so that person is going to stand out of the group because everybody else is doing one mailing once a month and once a year. I also cut off Susan. I don't even know what the question is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she was saying you might be visible, but what makes you different from the next one?
Nothing makes me different. And that's the point. You don't need to be different. You just got to get more visibility. More eyeballs on you means more business. Step one,
Yeah.
Mike, as you know,
Yeah.
get the visibility, then worry about the what makes you different and what you're going to do differently. I think we've got it always upside down, which is I got to be different before you even get the visibility. Getting visibility, getting frequency is hard. It's a big, big endeavor. So start with that. And then as you're doing that, you're going to develop the uniqueness and what makes you different. Don't do it the other way around.
You have to stand out at the masses, basically.
Okay, let's do a little example. So
Sure.
you are trying to figure out, Mike's trying to figure out like, oh, what am I going to do different and all that. Now, before he figures that out, I'm going to start doing visibility and frequency. Now I'm getting attention. I'm getting people looking at me, but I got nothing different to offer, but I'm getting the eyes on me. He's not, because he's thinking about what am I going to do different, and he's doing a lot of planning and creative work.
Wasting a lot of time.
6 months down the road, a year, whenever he figures out like, oh, this is what I'm going to do that's going to be different. I'm going to give chocolate bars to people. No, but whatever it is, whatever the gimmick is, it doesn't matter. I've already got 6 months ahead of you with visibility. Why are we doing these videos every day? Every day we've been doing a video for 38 days now, if I'm not mistaken with my math. That gives us what? Extreme visibility, and we figure out as we go what
along.
the hell is going to make us different. It's secondary to getting the visibility. I hope that answers Susan's question. I'm very happy that you asked the question. Any other questions, or Mike, do you want to add something to this?
You have another question?
We
Okay.
have, but you go first. And
Well, like Etienne just mentioned, the fact of frequency is extremely important for you to be able to be relevant. You want to be relevant in any given situation. And I'm not just talking about real estate, I'm talking in business in general. So I think it is an important thing. If you waste too much time on trying to figure out how you're going to captivate people, then you're going to waste a lot more time on that than actually being relevant, while other people are actually getting ahead and doing that. So yes, there might be a lot of mailings being done, but you can't rely on just one format. There's many formats you can do, whether it's digital format, hard copy formats, whatever it is, but you got to put yourself in a position to be able to stand out from everybody else by being relevant and remaining relevant, not by doing it once, but by doing frequency.
very well said. So if you're going to pick anything, start with one thing and do it a lot, and then add a depth by adding other things to your whatever you're doing. So if you start with ad mail, do it very regularly, and then add another component to the depth of it. So it's not just the ad mail, but it could be a voicemail drop at the same time. It could be door hangers. It could be personalized letters. It could be sponsored content ads on social media for that same targeted geographical area, and so on and so forth. A little story: when I was a broker, I lived in a certain neighborhood, and I said to myself, I'm going to just do a mailing a week. Like it's a lot, but
Yeah.
I got the visibility. I got the notice, but not in 1 week or 1 month. I got it after years of doing it every week. And I know, and I'm not going to drop these names, but big brokers, and you all know them too if you're in the industry, they do it extremely regularly, and even once a week. For a lot of them, I know they do once a week. There's a reason for that, because that gives them the frequency, which means they get the attention, which means they get more opportunities, which means they have the business, they get the business.
They get to convert out of it too.
Stephen?
Sarjan is asking, what level would you tune the frequency to? So would you do it like every week or every day?
So a good question, Sirijan. You're asking if the frequency should be what? Should be once a week, once a day, once a month, once a whatever. So I'm going to say this to you. If you have a budget, which most don't, but you need some kind of an objective. So if you're saying to yourself, I want to make $100,000 gross, take minimum 20% of that number. Not what you made, what the goal is. So if it's 100,000 gross, 20%, 20,000 is your budget for the year. Now you're going to change and adapt, but at least you've got something. Another easier way to budget maybe is when you sell something, when you have a transaction, Mike, you take 20% of that number and you put it into your marketing.
Yeah, you reinvest.
So don't take the whole commission and then live
Blow
off
it.
it or use it as salary. Take
Yeah.
30% for your salary, 20 for your marketing. The rest is taxes and miscellaneous other expenses for your business.
Exactly.
That's how a business would work. And that's how you as a broker have to develop the skill set of running your operation as a business and not as a sales person or employee. So very important stuff. So frequency, key to getting more business. Nothing will you do once or twice or 3 times or 10 times. It's going to be hundreds and thousands of times before you get any kind of return whatsoever.
Exactly.
So don't get discouraged. Have a strategy, have a marketing strategy. We're here to help. Every day we share ideas. Everything we share is what we actually do. It's not made up stuff or what we thought or heard, or it's actually what we do. Real estate brokers, real estate mortgage brokers, ask the question, participate. No question is stupid.
Nope.
Right,
If you
Stephen?
don't ask questions, you won't get ahead,
Yeah,
right?
and that's how. Pick our brains. Comment. If
Yep.
you disagree, if you agree, if whatever, write down the stuff. Do we have anybody else, Stephen, before we
Yeah.
go eat?
Anthony is asking, when did you realize that frequency was the key? Like, what made you realize that?
Anthony is asking, when did we realize that frequency was important? You want to get that one.
Well, the frequency has always been important. I mean, you could go all the way back into time. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're home, you receive an ad, the ad comes back again, it comes back again. It ends up being in your head. I mean, it's as simple as that. The more often you see someone, the more you get familiarized with them. So it's the same thing. So if you repeat, eventually it has to give you results. You go to the gym, you lift weights. Eventually you're going to get muscles. So it's the same thing. The same concept applies in many different factions.
Yeah, diet. Yeah, you're right. And look, if you watch the hockey games on a specific channel, I used to watch the hockey. I'm sure it's the same today. I haven't watched it in a while. But you had the Dodge Ram commercial every 5 seconds. You see it about 1,000 times per game. But it's still in my head 3 years later when I don't watch. Or the F-150, the Ford F-150. Now, I don't have anything to do with trucks or pickups, but I bet you $1 million that if the day came that, I want to get a pickup truck, I'm getting a Dodge Ram or a Ford F-150 because I know about it because
it's the only thing they push.
Yeah. So whatever, or a Shante insurance, or the ads,
Intact, all that stuff.
So they spend billions, maybe not billions, but millions of dollars. But it's working. I'm brainwashed.
Exactly.
I know about the F-150 and the Dodge Ram, and
it's subconscious. It's going to remain there, and that's the first thing you're going to think about. So the client himself, when he's thinking about selling his house, the first broker that's going to pop in his head, or the first banner that's going to pop in his head, is who he's going to want to contact, subconsciously.
And look at the brokers that you feel are the ones that have the most success. They're the ones that have the most marketing out there.
Exactly.
That it be digital or traditional or a mixture of both. Our time's up. They have the visibility. That means they get the business. They have the frequency to get the visibility, and they get the business.
Exactly.
You want ideas, you want strategies, please reach out. I'm always helping. We're always ready to help out. You don't have to be a broker with us. We'll share everything that we're doing and everything that successful brokers are doing.
We're changing the industry.
That's right. One broker at a time. So thank you very much, everybody. Tomorrow, we'll go back to our 4:00 time slot. We have a special guest, a broker that joined us not too long ago from another big banner. And we're going to talk about mindset. It's going to be interesting. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.